Hello and welcome to part 17 of Grandads Little Railway. May I first start by wishing you all a very happy 2024, and may I please say a big hello to all my new subscribers that arrived through my last video. Much greatly received, and I hope you stay along for the journey and enjoy what you see. Right, so what's in store for 2024? Well, I want to release the trains from the fiddle yard. I know that sounds strange, but I haven't been able to do it yet. So let me just take you over and I'll show you what I mean. So, as you may be able to see, I've got 4 locos and various rolling stock sitting and waiting in the sidings. I've also got another loco, which is a lovely little diesel in EWS livery, which I'm not going to show just yet. And I've got all these waiting, and of course they can't go anywhere because the outer run isn't connected up. So what are my plans for 2024? Well, I'll try and explain. Right, firstly, throughout the year, I want to carry on with this, the station at the end of the line. This has taken far too long, but I think I know where I'm going with it now. I will do this little by little, bit by bit, and we'll see how we get on. By the end of the year, I'd really like the walls up and the platforms looking like platforms, but we'll see. The back scene I'd like to get almost finished, but I'm waiting because what I'm waiting for is when I do the platforms, is I've got to have platform lighting on, and I'm going to have to run the wires along the edge of the platform, underneath the track, and back into the box where all my wires go. So I am just waiting to do all that sort of things together. Right, so the next project. So the next project is in this corner. As you can see, I'm going to be putting in a turntable. There is actually a turntable up in Pickering, just off Pickering Station, and I was wondering what to put in this corner, and I thought to myself, why not? Now originally it was just going to sit there as a decorative item, but my grandson wants to see it turning. And I've done a lot of research online. I didn't want to spend £100 on a Pico motor for it. It was just a waste of money. So I started looking into options, and I found a motor from Loco Motec for the standard Pico turntable, and it came in at about £30, £33 I think it was. So I didn't think that was too bad. So yes, that's going to be a project, and hopefully I'll get all that in and wired up, and my grandson will be happy. So what's next? Well, actually it's in the other corner. I'll show you. Alright, here we go. Now where you see them power leads coming out from the track, that was where it originally ended. As you can see, I've extended it a bit further. It now goes along. There's a very, very gentle curve right round to the edge of the baseboard, which is there. Let me just zoom you in. Right, there we have a streamline curve point. I've mounted it on a bit of 9mm ply, which is was propped up with some blocks of wood. That's still got to be glued in place actually on the baseboard. I've electrified the points because and this time I've used a Gauge Master seat point motor. Doing it this way was a lot easier than trying to dig out foam and making the thing fit. Yeah, and it worked reasonably well. You can see the wires coming out there. Obviously it is not all connected up yet. Now this is the outer loop. Now roughly there there's going to be like a tunnel portal. That's all going to be built up behind. There's going to be a portal coming through, so that when the trains come out from the fiddle yard as it's such, it will come through that portal there. Now this point here will branch off, and it will, I want a gentle curve coming right the way along the back wall and joining up with the station. And once that's done, most of the foam boards you see in front of you will be cut away, both sides of the track. Yeah, and hopefully that's going to lead to giving me the appearance that I want, which is basically a raised embankment going right the way along, like they have up in the S Valley. In front of the embankment will be relatively flat, but behind it will be the start of some rolling hills. Now I haven't got a lot of room, so they're not going to be very high, but I'll have to see how that pans out. Hopefully that will look quite smart, and it'll look like the start of the rolling moors or dales or whatever you want to call it, rolling moors. So yeah, and that's sort of an open stretch of my layout that I'm quite looking forward to building. Now, I'll just move you around back into this corner. Now, this was going to run around. Joining onto this is going to be around a twin loop, basically, for continuous running. And this was going to run behind the 4 sidings that are going to be on that double loop. But I'm nowhere near ready to build that yet. So what I'm thinking as a temporary measure is to bring it along the wall, and onto the window ledge, where I could possibly put just a runaround loop, as a temporary measure. So that, I mean, I'll be able to get the trains out of the sidings onto the windowsill and then run them back along the back wall and into the station. That's my goal for this year. That is my goal. I really want to get these trains out and be able to just to run them backwards and forwards. And once that's done, I think that's probably inspire me. I'm spending too much time procrastinating and thinking about problems of left, right and centre, and I'm not actually building the damn thing. So that's what I want to try and do. That's what I want to try and achieve. I want to try and get these locos out and running. Yeah, the only problem with that is, of course, while this is a work in progress, my baseball has become a bit of a dumping ground. It's been my workstation for the last year. And yes, I'll be glad to see the back of it. I'd like to see it all nice and tidy. But the question is, where and how do I do my work? When I'm building a model, I'm going to have to do it. So I'm going to have to build a model, maybe modular and somewhere else, and bring it in and put it on the layout. This is one bit that is worrying me, but I'm sure we'll work it out. So, what do you think of my expectations for 2024 and achieving my little 3 goals? Well, going on my past records, I think it might be a little bit ambitious. Having said that, let me show you what I've managed to achieve while I've been creating this video. Firstly, I don't know if you can make it out because there's a lot of white here, but I've managed to get the back scenes in place in along the corner. Doing that, I've realised that behind the back scene up in the corner, I had my extension lead with my transformers plugged in. I had to move that. That is now down on the floor, and all the wires coming up from there. Wires now come up through a hole in the baseboard. The transformers are down here, I'll show you. As you can see, I'll probably make out, I've got 3 little transformers down there. Now they're old Hornby ones that I'm using. I got them for nothing, so I thought I might as well make use of them. And when they won't be on view like that the whole time, they will just be pushed back behind that unit in the corner. The first one on the right, that is for the points. That operates all the points. The one in the middle, that operates all the lights. And the little one on the end there, that is for the track feed. That's sorting out all my power to the track. Now that's a Hornby one. Now I've got a Hornby transformer and controller, but I'm going to do away with the controller part of it, but obviously I'm going to keep the Hornby transformer. I don't know if there's better ones out there. I was toying with the idea of getting a Gauge Master one. I don't know if it would be any better than that one. I really don't know. Maybe you can tell me. I certainly don't know. But I will see how I get on with that for the time being. Right, let's move you up. The other thing that I've done in this corner is, as you can probably notice, is I've cut away most of that foam board now. That's starting to form part of the embankment that I wish to create. Indeed, I've cut it away, and I've now got the cork glued on top. I'll just spin you around slowly so you don't get dizzy. You can see the back scene goes right the way along the wall now, and so does the embankment. Right into the other corner, right the way around, and it joins up with the other back scene, which is behind the station. I'm really quite pleased with that. Now let me just move you in a little bit closer to the start of my embankment, and I'll tell you what my plans are for that. Right, as you may be able to see, I've got 3 lots of wires coming out from that underneath that foam board at the back there, and they obviously they go around and power the points, the lights, and the track feed. Talking about track feed, this here is going to be where all the track feeds go in. Obviously negative, positive, and all my track feeds are going to go in there. I got the idea for these terminal blocks from YouTube. I pinched the idea, and hopefully it works. It does work very, very well actually. Right, another wire then comes through and goes into the CDU, which is parked there, out the way. That works really well. And the wires, these are power in wires, and these are the power out wires. They go into another junction box. Let me just move that out of the way, you'll be able to see it a bit better. So you've got just one strip there. You've got the power lead coming in, going down, again jump to terminals on that side, and all the point power, all the point leads go into this side. It's simple but effective. And obviously the negative side of that, the negative wire, comes around and goes into the control panel. Yep, really quite pleased. Right, coming out a little bit, we're back on the embankment again, and as we come along, I'll just, as I say, I'm just waiting for the track to go on. That's all that's needed there, but we got a gap. Now unless the trains can fly, I'm going to have to put something there. So there's going to be a little bridge. The drain's going to go over the top, and there'll be access to for a farmer to get in behind onto the fields behind the embankment. For the little bridge, I'm planning on using the scale scenes one. I'll print that off and make that up, and hopefully that will fit in there. And I'm probably going to use the scale scenes tunnel portal for the where the exit on the back scene is for when the trains come through from the sidings. I'm probably going to use a scale scenes tunnel portal for there. So tell me, what do you think? I'm rather pleased with myself. I didn't really expect to get this far, not this quick anyway. Yeah, I can actually now see my trains coming out of there now, and I can see the future. Yeah, I'm really pleased, as you can probably tell. Hopefully in the next video, you may be able to see a train running and coming out and going into the station. Is that ambitious? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Well, I'm going to bring this little video to an end now, and I'll catch up with you in the next one. Once again, thank you for all the new subscribers that come along. I'm absolutely blown away. Okay, to the next video. Bye.